You were just saying you think Darren's actually got more energy than you this week, so he's in good spirits. He's in good form.
I've never seen him with this much energy, this close to a weigh-in or this close to a fight. Especially now, media obligations, we got to do them, but it's a chore when you're cutting weight. He doesn't want to stop, does he?
Is that because he's brought the weight down sooner and he's just feeling confident he's going to make weight?
I think it's that, and the fact that he knows he's going to make weight. He's not stressed or worried about making the weight, so he's enjoying the occasion, and he's just keen to go out and put on a performance. It's all about the performance for him this fight, and he's ready.
Yeah, he looks absolutely ready. He said with the Woodley fight that it was all about the weight cut and it wasn't a focus on the fight. You're the guy he leans on. You're the one that he leans towards for decisions. When he lost that fight, and obviously he said to us yesterday that he still wakes up and thinks about it sometimes and it plays on his mind. How do you as the coach, as the mentor, pick him up from that situation and get him back in a place where, who's next? What do we do now?
Just knowing him and how he reacts to stimulation. I mean, he's a clever kid, although he comes across very aggressive and he's super smart. So he's a realist. He realises, the journey's not always straightforward. He's been around. As young as he is, he's been around. He's been on the fight game a long time, so he knows you're going to lose at some point. But he knows all the greats have got to lose. It's how you deal with that loss. It's how you turn it into your favour and you say, okay, the end result's still going to be the same. It's just that you may have to take one stop before you get there, 2 stops, but you're going to be what you're going to be and keep believing. And he believes, I believe, what will be will be. He's going to be the champion.
And the next stop is, of course, Jorge Masvidal. You were the one that kind of fielded middleweight requests and other fight requests. And why did you land upon Jorge as the next fight to take him back towards that title shot?
There was at least 5 welterweights put into the mix. We said yes to all of them. Right. They all declined the fight. There was 3 middleweights put in the mix. They all declined. Except one who's going up in weight. Not my job to name names, but we're talking in the top 3. Yeah. And then we were struggling for an opponent, and then Masvidal's name got thrown in. And we thought, okay, business-wise, it don't make complete sense because he's behind us. For a hell of a good fight, you're not going to get better. 2 people that like to fight, 2 people that like to scrap. It excited Darren when I mentioned that to him. So that's all. If I see a stimulation or a little twinkle in his eyes, I know we're in for a good night, and he's stimulated.
And we're seeing a different Darren. They faced off just a moment ago, and we normally see Darren get up in people's faces. He just had his hands down, relaxed, and it was Jorge doing the whole, cut across the throat symbol. And it's almost like these are just 2 guys that are here to fight. There's no talk. There's almost nothing to prove in that sense. Yeah. He just wants to fight him.
Definitely. Sometimes it is what it is, isn't it? You don't have to big it up or pretend to be something you're not. They both know what they want to do, and they're both going to do it. It could be in someone's backyard, or it could be in the octagon. They're both just going to have a fight.
And Darren obviously said he's not going to be satisfied unless he gets Jorge out in the first round. Do you back that up? Do you think it's something? We obviously know anyone can knock anyone out in the first round, but do you think it's something that he can do?
100%. Yeah. The way especially the last 2 weeks of training, normally you're petering off. He's got stronger than the last 2 weeks. His accuracy is always at another level. But Jorge's not thought. I don't think he's fought. He's fought a lot of good people. He's fought some of the best in the business. But he's not faced anything like Darren Till. And until you face Darren Till, you don't know what to do. It looks easy. You simply watch him and think, big kid, good left hand. But it's the little things that you can't replicate, that you don't see until he's in front of you as a fighter. And that's the difference. He'll get him overreacting very early, I think. Because he's that type of fighter, and then he'll capitalise. Darren Till will capitalise.
Which is why it was so frustrating when he fought Woodley that he didn't have a chance to get anything off, did he?
Yeah. He just overplayed his game plan in that fight. We were always going to come alive in the third, but step it up from the second. He should have just stepped it up that little bit earlier, let a few more shots go. We were looking at a 3rd round stoppage, and unfortunately, he played a little bit too much into his game plan. He should have just, I'd say, middle of the second, raise the game, raise the tempo, start landing a bit earlier. Woodley would have been tired in the 3rd, would have backed himself up, tried to knock Darren out. Darren would have counted, but what will be will be. Next time.
Next time. Well, the new champion is Kamaru Usman. Did you rate his performance, and did you think he was in against the same Woodley that Darren was in there against? Darren didn't think so.
I rate his performance definitely. He's got amazing skill sets, strong, fast, fit, stuck to his game plan. Woodley was flat, definitely, but I kind of expected it, to be honest. That's what I seen. That's my job, isn't it, to see things. That's how I see the fight going with Darren. Had Darren have raised the game a little bit earlier, I would have seen Woodley getting flat-footed, walking himself back to the fence, and that's the perfect thing for us. We just kept him there, didn't he, and let him engage with his clinch game. Definitely wasn't the usual Woodley, but it's about time in the fight game. Sometimes when it's your time, and the same with champions. You know, there's always a new young dog there nipping at your heels, and when your time's up, your time's up. And I think
You think his time's up? Woodley's time's up?
I think we're at that stage where it was due for a change of hands, and that's why I thought it'd be Darren's turn, because you know, timing's everything. So Usman got the right time, I guess. We were a fight too early.
This almost puts Darren in a better position to get a title shot sooner rather than later, with there being a new champion. If he gets past Jorge on Saturday night, there's Ben Askren here waiting in the wings. He wants the fight. Leon Edwards wants the fight. Obviously, Darren wants the quickest fight back towards title contention. What do you think that path looks like? Who do you think could be next for him?
Reality of it, he's going to put on an exciting performance. When he's got through Masvidal, I think people are going to be crying for him to fight for the title. I think even the UFC are going to want. Okay, you're talking Covington and Usman. Okay, makes sense, but not necessarily the best fight for fans to watch. Now, we put Darren Till in the mix, you know you're always getting an exciting fight, and it's the entertainment business, and Darren's going to entertain.
We're looking forward to an entertaining this Saturday night. I want to ask you also about Mike Grundy, another guy of yours. Darren's been campaigning for him to be in the UFC, and he looks up to him, doesn't he, as his wrestling coach. How's he feeling this fight week?
Excited, like an excited little schoolboy. I'm really looking forward to it. This is what he deserves, this is where he wants to be, and he's definitely going to grab the day. He's going to seize that opportunity, he's going to try his best to steal the show. Okay. Thank you.
We'll look out for him as well. Thanks for talking to us, Colin. Thank you.